Prologue, page 1. In May 2014, I boarded a flight from Melbourne to Perth. I was returning home from a conference where I'd given a presentation on how social media can be used to support people with disabilities. As a legally blind traveller using a white cane, I found the staff at the airport a fantastic help, as usual. From the moment I set foot in it, a staff member spotted me and provided assistance, guiding me to the gate, then from the gate to the plane, and then the cabin crew guided me to my seat. While the flight itself was uneventful, and in my opinion that's the best kind of flight, it did lead to a rare moment of quiet contemplation. As the plane commenced its 4-hour journey, I looked out the window and saw that the sun was just starting to set. As my vision is limited, I've grown to appreciate even more the times when I still have enough sight to enjoy visual beauty, and I was amazed by the strands of pink, yellow, and orange that stretched across the sky above the clouds with the fiery red sun. I was gripped by its beauty, both due to the landscape itself and the fact that it seemed to last forever. Flying east to west meant that the sun set ever so slowly, with the transition of colours and light lasting for hours as the night gradually extinguished it. While a part of me wished the sunset would last the whole journey, I knew that the plane wasn't fast enough to outrun the darkness, but it made for a spectacular trip along the way. As a person born with a degenerative eye condition, now having lost most of my sight, I've often felt a bit like the plane. As my eyesight has deteriorated, I've endeavoured to pack as much in as possible and continually try to outrun the night by experiencing and participating in as much as I can while my eyes continue to function. That's not to say that it's all over when I do finally lose the last bit. After all, my plane from Melbourne continued on its important journey home despite it being dark. And likewise, the most important parts of my life journey will continue, regardless of my sight. A good way to explain this relates to a dream I had several years ago that's stuck with me ever since. The dream took place at a ceremony known as the Normal Awards, where people with disabilities were being recognized for their achievement of a normal life, despite facing challenges with their disability. The compere would be on stage, feeling the heat from the bright lights, microphone in hand, saying, "And the award for the person who stresses more about how his kids will turn out than his mobility impairment is Bill." The crowd cheer as Bill collects his gold statue. When I woke up, it occurred to me that winning a normal award would be a tough process with the odds stacked against you. For a person with a disability, getting a good education, for starters, is statistically against you. Assuming you get through that, you've then got to compete against the nearly 60% unemployment rate to get a job. Last of all, there's the biggest challenge of the lot, succeeding in finding a partner you love who wants to spend their life with you and is willing to share all the disability-related challenges. During times of unemployment and no relationship, these things had often seemed like unreachable goals to me. Now, at a time in my life when my own needs pale into insignificance compared to those of my wife and children, and I've discovered the true meaning of responsibility, I think there's a lot to be said for the Normal Awards. Not so much that there should be a formal awards ceremony for achieving everyday things, but more for the fact that all people with disabilities deserve to be acknowledged with a mini cheer squad jumping out whenever any of us manage to overcome that small but profoundly challenging thing. For me, one of the hardest things is when I go to a conference and have to ask a complete stranger to help me find the toilet.